yourself any elbow room. Or, but you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. However, it's just not happening. So I changed the whole title to Elbow Room. Right, in this next week, I like 3 different things I started. Hi everyone, Laura here, planning my day. I'm excited to be spending this time with you. I am going to give you a walkthrough of my content planner using the Happy Planner Classic Size Dashboard Layout. I know you've seen a lot of spreads on this, so I'm excited to share how I've spent the last month tweaking it, kind of figuring out what works for me. Just like, you know, trying to find the perfect haircut, it's like never happening. It's a work in progress, but it's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to sharing it with you. So if you're interested, hit the pause button, go grab your favorite cup of coffee, and come on back and we'll sit and chat a bit. Alrighty, so let's take a peek inside my social media content planner. This is a classic size. These are note pages from Erin Condren notebook that I had. I just cut off the fringe and then hole punched them and put in here. And here I just kind of take notes on planners that I'm using and how I want to set them up. And of course, in any planner, you always have your note pages. I use these monthlies to plan out my month. And it's once I have actually filmed that I'll put them in the planner. So this has worked out real good. Here I'm going to color code and log YouTube Reels. And then here's where I'm going to get into how I've just made a lot of changes as I progress through the month. 2 tips I want to share here that I've learned for myself. This does me absolutely no good if I don't take the time to go back and look at it and read it and tweak it and see what's working, what I've done, what I haven't done, what I have yet to do. And I'm also going to change the sections. The important dates down here, I want to make sure I'm logging the holidays that I want to emphasize either in YouTube videos or in my planner spreads or as I'm decorating. Up here, I want to focus on a collab that I'm doing because I really want to start doing collaborations on a monthly basis. So if you're interested, be sure to reach out to me and we'll think of something fun to do together. And then along here is where I want to write what my design projects are for the month. I don't need to write what I need to film simply because there's a place on my calendar here. Now there's nothing in here logged for filming because I have done nothing. I'm just starting now, but as you'll see in the left hand column, this is where I'm going to list the videos I want to film. Here I'll do the stats up here, and this will be where I ink in what I've actually filmed and what I've uploaded. One of the other things I noticed that I need to do on a regular basis is list for the month the different shout outs that I have given, so I don't end up repeating the same person twice in one month just because I love their layouts. I really want to try to reach out into the community and do shout outs on my Instagram stories and make sure I have a variety. And on the back, if anyone gives me a shout out, I want to make sure I log it and write a note who it was so that I can make sure I pay it forward. All right, now here's my first week. Looking kind of sad, I'm not going to lie. All right, the tracker does me no good if I don't come back and actually track what I'm supposed to be tracking. So that's not working. Also, I like seeing my week highlighted like that. I don't know about you all, but it kind of helps me to place where I am in the month. So I did like that in this week. Now, as you turn the page, here's what I like, is I started listing the shout outs weekly. Now, I'm still going to do the monthly because this wraps it all up for the month. But weekly, I can have the bird's eye view of the week and who I've reached out to give a shout out to. I also like this IG post checklist. Did I take the photo? Did I edit it? And the check mark is when I've posted it. And I also try to write it out, the order that I want it to show up in my feed so that I have that 9 square or 12 square that I'm going after. All right, now in this next week, I like 3 different things I started doing. Now, I've done this before in my past social media planners. Project list. I like having this right here and just dividing the different projects up. This has worked out well for me because I check off what I get to and what I haven't. It's obvious. I also like seeing the stats down here on the bottom where it has Monday and Sunday, Instagram and YouTube, and then the post stats of my top 2. And I love putting a photo here. I've done this before in previous social media planners, and this really helps to get a grasp on what's feeding your feed. What do you all really like most that I'm posting on? And as long as it's making me happy, I'll continue doing it. Alrighty. And then as we're moving on, this is the 3rd week. I'm really starting to pull it all together and loving how it's coming together. I have my projects, my Instagram posts, my shout outs, my top 2 photos from the Instagram feed, my stats. Now over here what I started doing was drawing a line, and then in cursive, I love varying the handwriting, cursive writing what my project is for that day, and then underneath I will log what my Instagram post was and what my Instagram stories was, and I try to alternate between a shout out for a planner, a shout out for a bujo, lifestyle photo, or you know, what am I up to, what am I doing, sharing my life. So I love the way this has come together. Now here, one of the things I've also realized with my monthly is that it needs to be a work in progress. A lot of times when I see an empty page, I put this pressure on myself to fill it out because, oh gosh, I got to take a photo of it. What is the benefit of that? Because then I'm just rushing words on paper without giving them a thought process. So for me, I'm not going to mind anymore if this has a lot of blank area on it. I want to check in every morning or every evening, read it, think about what's happening with my content and more notes that I need to add, and make this be a work in progress. I like that idea a lot better. All right, so then here's my monthly. Remember, I'm going to log videos that I filmed, and then when they've actually been uploaded, then here is going to be my list of what I want to try to do. Shout outs. Now this right here, I got this idea from another planner, and I'm going to list those as we get near the end, and then the links will be in my profile. But here I'm going to, if I film a video, it'll have a list of different things I want to make sure I bring up in the video, props I want to have, links I want to make sure I share, and also for when I'm decorating that week, what are the sticker books that I used. Here is my 12 square and kind of how I like it to look, some rolling questions. Now this, okay. So this makes me happy. This just has sticker notes, it's got color, it's got checklist. This makes my little heart happy. All right. Up here, I don't want to list the stickers used. I'll put them in this that pertains to the day. Here I want to go back to that month view with the week highlighted. I just like that. Also, you can see where I've written in pencil things that I want to try to do that day. And then I'll ink it in if and when it actually happens. And then over here, I just have some video chat ideas, how I do my Instagram stories, and then these are my goals for the actual week, right here. So when I open up to this week, I have a full picture of what's going on, what I want to get done, and how I'm doing with what I need to get done. And here's where I'll put the photo of the top 2 posts, and then I'll write the stats underneath. So I'm loving the way this is all coming together. The one thing I did want to share with you is that there are several other Instagram and YouTube accounts that I'm going to link below that I think the women just do an awesome job on presenting a content planner, how to set it up and what's working for them. And 4 that I can just think off the top of my head, and there are many, many more. There are so many talented people out there. Elizabeth with EJ Joyful Plans, Caitlin with Caitlin Plans, Ashley Anderson Creates, and then Mary Ellen with Planning with Bumble. So I'm going to link all of their YouTube channels below, so if you want some more inspiration, be sure to give them a follow. And I hope this inspired you. And I would just love to hear in the comments below some ideas you have for how you've made your content planner work for you. And if there's something that I shared that's inspired you, be sure to share it with me because I would just love to hear your thoughts on it. Until then, my friends, have an incredible day. God bless you. It's going to be a great one. You betcha.